Welcome, this is Skip Roncal, founder of Mobeliz, and I want to take just a couple of minutes to give you an overview of the Mobeliz Discovery Studio. I designed and developed this for use by enterprise software technical sales engineers or sales consultants to collaborate with their prospective system architects. And the goal of the application is really around portfolio management and where organizations find themselves today, which is assessing the applications within those portfolios to determine which of the applications should be displaced by AI or generative AI, which ones should be enriched, and maybe even finding white space inside of those portfolios to build anew. So I will just kind of walk you through the different levels of the application. If you're interested in this application, please contact me via our website, and then would be happy to provide you a demo. And if you're interested in buying this, it is $250, and I think that's a pretty good deal. So here you go. On the left-hand side, we've got the classic kind of navigation bar. Obviously, we're on the dashboard. The goal of any dashboard, of course, is to give you high-level information, and if we can, give you some actionable information. So you have the top level cards at the top. We have the portfolio status. So you can see I have two portfolios or two projects that are associated portfolios. I've got some high level analytics, and then you can see some of the most recent activities that I've taken. If I go out and just navigate through this, you'll see that we have those two projects. One was winter of 2025, and we have a transformation assessment here in 26. It's got a $100,000 budget. It's assigned to me. I need to complete it. It's actually overdue. And so then if we go down and look at our portfolios, you can see that I have kind of an HR or Workday portfolio, some low code development tools, my CRM portfolio, and an HR portfolio. And in this case, the HR portfolio and the low code development have multiple apps, where the others are just the single platforms themselves. Right, so if I take a look at the low-code development tools, you can see a product board, Mindex, Force.com. Now, if I go out to all of my applications, I can see the application name, their functions, the process areas, the total cost we spend, the number of licenses, the utilization of that software application. If we're tracking our budgets, we're going to have team members. In this case, it's just myself. And so once we start and we create these assessments, what happens is that we generate, in some cases, AI-related assessments or summaries, but more importantly, we support multiple frameworks. And so here you can see the TOGAF assessment. So it implies that we're using the TOGAF framework. We use a Mindex opportunity assessment. We have the AI assessment. This is kind of a McKinsey-like strategic AI assessment. And so if we just drill down on these, right, so we can, at the high level, we can see the application, the assessor, the score, and if we drill down, you'll see that we have the details, right? So it's a high priority. We've got an architectural analysis, recommendations, risk assessment. So this is a TOGAF summary, right? And clearly we didn't build it out completely, but we did this back in October. We have a cost associated, the timeline that was to be completed in. So let's go back and look at another one. So if we look at this Mindex opportunity assessment, we see that this was an opportunity assessment, again, in October. The points on this, the metrics, the buyer, the decision criteria. So if you're a salesperson, you're likely familiar with this framework. And then finally, let's just go out and take a look at a AI assessment. And so this is based on the McKinsey strategic framework. And so if we look out and just look at the AI summary, in this case, what happens is we actually use generative AI or an LLM to provide the analysis and insights. And so you could read through those. I won't do that for you. Now, these assessments can be submitted for review, and then once they're approved, also, we can, once they're approved, we automatically generate some tasks. So the idea is that we're going to kick off a project. And so once we kick off that project, here you can see for the Workday assessment, We kicked this off in October of last year, and if I open up my tasks, you can see that I was to have completed these tasks as part of the assessment. And so that is just a brief overview of the Mobeliz Discovery Studio. Again, it's been built for collaboration between pre-sales at enterprise software companies and their prospective enterprise architects or enterprise system architects. Please reach out to us via mobeliz.com if you have any questions.